everybody, I'm Griffin here, and welcome back to the wonderful Racial Justice and Equality Let's Play. Today's game is called Quench. My understanding is that this is a puzzle game that is entirely based around nature and solving the problem of animals being thirsty. That's what I got from the page, and I do like puzzle games, so I'm curious to see how this goes. Once every generation, the elephant tribe makes a grand pilgrimage. They set forth from the western elder tree and gather the other animal tribes. Springbok. Buffalo. No, wildebeest. Zebra. This one I know. Baboon. And lion. To make the long journey to the eastern elder tree. As they always have, each tribe brings offerings to honor the trees. This triangle art style is neat. But for one generation, the journey was different. The land became dry and hot. With murmurs of dark spirits in the east. Whereas the western elder tree bore only a single fruit. On the eve of their departure, the young leader of the elephant tribe kept vigil, waiting for an omen from the elder tree. It's a stork. I am beginning to understand. The elder tree's only fruit was not an ill omen, but a precious gift. I am Shaman of the elephant tribe, and you are Shepherd, a child of the elder tree. Although you don't know it yet, you possess great power. I think that's supposed to be us. When you soar high in the skies, rain shall stretch out behind you. When you beat your wings, great gales will whip past you. When your feet touch the earth, the ground will yawn beneath you. And when you cry out, lightning shall strike all around you. Thank you, Shaman. Shepherd, I fear something is very wrong with the land. I do not believe our pilgrimage will be easy. Uh-oh. Okay, can't click out. It's complaining about encoding. Will you aid us in our journey? Pilgrimage to the eastern elder tree is about to begin, but first Shaman must teach you how to use the powers of rain and wind. Okay, so herds are going to have stamina. I imagine this will get taught. Morning is bright and clear, a good start to the pilgrimage. Shepherd, let us start by learning to control rain. You can use your rain powers to grow plants. There's a patch of dead grass. Why don't you rain on it to restore it? That was a grove. When you revive a grove, it gives you more power. You should definitely keep an eye out for those. I think there are 2 more nearby. So I get to rain. It shifted at the last second. Oh no, I think I got it right. It does have controls, but okay, it's still complaining. It is still complaining about things. So I'm going to go ahead and kill. I've got After Effects and Photoshop open because of course I do. I'm not paying attention. Alright, I apologize. My computer's starting to show its age, unfortunately. Okay, it seems like you have a good gust of rain. This is the seed from your fruit, the only fruit our elder tree bore. We shall have to offer the eastern elder tree. It will have to be enough. At the start of your pilgrimage, we stop to ask for the blessings of our ancestors. If we leave now, we will arrive at the canyon elders by sunset. As we travel, our tribe will move on our own, while you fly overhead. All animal tribes graze as we move. We need to eat grass to keep our stamina up. If we are traveling on dead grass, rocks, or sand, we can't graze. When our stamina runs out, the weakest among us may die. Rain can give us grass by bringing life to the land. Okay, when growing... But it has withered. You know what to do. We'll rest here for a while as you fly on and scout the path ahead. If you could spare some rain here, the grass would give us more stamina for the journey. Okay, sand. Sometimes sand collects here. It slows us down and prevents trees from growing. You can use wind to clear a path for us and dig our resting tree out so it can grow. It says, I think there's a wind grove nearby. So this has given us... Okay, this grove gave you 5 wind charges when you rained on it. Keep an eye for the sigil stones next to the grove. They give you a hint about which power you'll get back. Okay, so this is going to be like a purely resource-driven thing, which is cool. After you place a wind, you must also choose a direction for it to travel. The direction determines where sand or smoke beasts will go, or whether animals will speed up or slow down. Ah, I see. There it is. I see. So yeah, the sand builds up over there. And then we rain on the resting tree. Animals move on their own, but when they stop to rest, you can direct them using shepherding mode. This is an interesting... This is definitely an interesting game. I'm curious to see how these puzzle elements fit together. We did all the things. I'm definitely curious to see how these puzzles fit together. As the sun sinks below the cliffs, Shaman and elephants stop to offer prayers to their ancestors. Flowers we planted on our family's graves are all dried up. Okay, we need to clean up the groves on each shrine. Groves will give you more power, so explore to find them all. Inspect the grove carefully and learn how to revive it. It is dry, covered in sand, or blocked by boulders or brambles. Sigil stones mark which powers you'll receive in return. Alright, so we've got Quake. I'm going to use Quake on boulders and well springs. Okay, so restore all 5 ancestral shrines. So we need to get more Quake. So we blow the wind away. or blow the sand away with the wind, which gives us quake. Which give us rain. So I should be able to send them. And then quake this. This looks dry. Yeah, that didn't take very long for them to get there. The elephants... So, I have this problem where I don't... Wait, is this... That's not a grove, right? Because it doesn't have... See, like, I could rain on this, and maybe I should... I don't know where their stamina is, but it looks like it's green. This needs rain. Using wind on your herds can hurry them along. I don't think that's particularly necessary. That is their stamina around the outside. Like, sure, it's inconvenient to me that they're slow. So, yeah, those are active. Shrine is all dried up. Oh. That's what it meant by wellspring. I understand now. That's really hard to see. So is that done? I think that's done. Just as the elder tree offers our... Sorry, I'm reading these in my head. But yeah, it's like I'm forgetting to read them out loud because they're just not... I don't know. The story is... Like, I already have the story, so... I feel a bit underwhelmed. Like, I don't know. I'm leaving it on the screen so you guys can read it. But like, I don't know. The spirituality of this narrative is Like, I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. I'm not a very spiritual person. Like, I'm not. So, like, this reverence is kind of lost on me. I guess that's what it is. As I said, I like, it's hard to explain. Like, it's actually hard to explain. I guess everybody's levels of spirituality, you know, vary, and elephants talking about a pilgrimage to another tree is not like high on my list. Of things that engage me. I guess when I started picking up the gate. Whoops. Misclicking by 1 is pretty brutal. Are my elephants being hurt by the flames? Turn green when encountering danger. Green, resting tree or healing from rain. So it's like, oh, well, this is something that should have been mentioned. That the brambles grow back. Obviously they gave us extra lightning because of that. Oh, this is... It's windy, not... Gonna recover their stamina here by raining for them. Are we gonna... No, that's just the end of the map for now. Oh man, I've already been playing this for 20 minutes. Okay, we've got a... Okay, it is gonna tell us about this then. Oh no, it's a story. What is a Springbok doing here? And alone? She looks on the verge of unconsciousness. She needs energy. When one of us is about to pass out, you can give them a zap of your lightning. I'm sorry. This feels like a really bad plan. That seems like a really bad plan. Really bad plan. Yeah, like we've got a single Springbok now in our herd. Okay. Okay, they're talking about smoke beasts. the fact that you can regrow the brambles is... I actually should have read that one. We're good swimmers, but we'll eventually tire. Lightning to revive. Water and lightning are a dangerous combination. Further over open water. That's not the way that I was thinking, but... like, this seems like 100% the correct answer. I think this is just dry. Looks like it. So those are just resting spots. Okay, you can hold shift to make it go faster. Okay, I need to see where else we can get these. I think the answer is nowhere. Oh wait, yeah, here. That was not the correct answer. Is this sand? It is. That wasn't piled up as far as I thought it would be. Alright. So our herd is going to cross. I'm not going to use the wind because using the wind to speed them up is not going to be as useful, I think. Oh, they are just going to walk right past that. Okay, they do just walk to these. Oh, okay. There's a scripted event here, clearly. What was that? Shadow beasts. There it is again. The waves are getting stronger. Yeah, they're crossing grass, so their stamina is going up. Okay, it does pause. Try to use the wind to blow them across. And they made it. We'll let them rest here. Luckily that stamina recovers very quickly. Can I? Their stamina is decreasing. I'll go ahead and rain here. Oh, well, okay, this is bad. Well then. Is it going to go back? Okay, it did kind of go back down, but is it going to go back down all the way? Is there like a timing element here? Yeah, okay, so it's going up and down. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Oh my... I hate that E isn't cancel. Oh, I straight up killed one. Cool. Wait, no, I'm back up to 7 now? Oh, because, okay, when it goes down... It... I guess we're just going to go this way. Since we braved the big crossing here, I really should have just taken this path. But I guess we're going the long way now. You're over grass. You guys should be fine. I'm gonna have to rain on them, I think. Oh no, they're stopping here. They are stopping here. I thought they didn't always stop at these groves. I want to wait for them to be full and for this to go back down. I'm just hoping I don't have to wait for another cycle. Obviously up top is the much safer way to go. Because this is a much... Oh, well, we've got some stragglers. I really have to wonder how it averages this. We got some teleporters here. They seem to be doing okay. Alright, we're home free. Thank the trees, we made it to Eastland. We'll rest the night. Okay. We've been playing this for about a half an hour. And... I have opinions. I have opinions. So, I was expecting this to be the first big level of solving problems. And I think it kind of was. It still felt like it was part of the handhold thing. A single baobab seed. Okay, an offering for the... It feels like now they're taking the training wheels off. Because we got another cutscene. But I guess we did some other things. Because now we gotta do... I feel like there's more concepts here that haven't been explored. What is that? Oh, I guess that's an elephant skeleton. Okay. Fair enough. Instead came a warning. Smoke beasts were roaming the Eastland. I kind of want to get to my opinions, but I also don't want to overshadow the little bit of story here. Okay. So, hey look, it's a shadow beast. Or smoke beasts. Okay. So, let's talk about this game. It's not a puzzle game. I don't think it's a puzzle game. Like, it kind of is, but it's not quite. Like, it's more of a it's more of a resource management game, but what it really is like a really softly gated action game, kind of. Like, I'm trying to find more places to get more of these, because that's what this is. Like, you peruse the landscape. I need to remember to hold shift so I go faster. I think this one just needs rain. Looks like it. You peruse the place, you open up the shrines, you get your resources, and then these are the resources that you have. So then... Cinderstags can be guided by wind. Okay. Go away. I love how it's, you know, guided by wind, but it sure as hell ain't doing anything. Rain calms enraged Cinderstags. Cool. And then it's just using these resources to make it work. Like, this is... F off, Cinderstag. Like, that's all this is. And this, to me, doesn't qualify as a puzzle game. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but I was expecting something along the lines of, like, guiding water from one place to another so that, like, the animals could safely get from one place to the next without you know, dying of thirst, kind of thing. Which, okay. Lightning set the poor Cinderstag on fire. Yeah, F off you. Uh-oh. Fiery smoke pieces die and leave pollution behind? It's a bit morbid. But yeah, to me, this doesn't qualify. To me, this doesn't qualify as a puzzle game. Like, it has some puzzle aspects. Oh, you can stun them with Quake. But yeah, it doesn't really feel like a puzzle game to me. It feels, I mean, it has some puzzle elements, but it's definitely much more of a resource management game and almost a strategy game. And once you get other once you pick up other herds, I think that's only going to go up in terms of being a resource management game, rather than a puzzle game. Like, it doesn't feel like that's what's going on here, and that to me is a shame. I mean, I guess I'm trying to think of a better way. I'm trying to think of a better way to do this. Like, we're just gonna keep doing the same thing. There are a couple benefits, like 2 smoke herds to keep out and 3 grazing areas to restore. I'm counting on you. So, like, the puzzle here is, haha, that was actually covered in sand. Like, it doesn't, a lot of these things don't actually say what it is that caused their problem, right? So, whoops. You know, like, that's... Okay, so that... It said use Quake on well springs, but I guess that's not... Okay, there we go. They did give us 2 Quakes for that exact reason. Wait, where did we get those Quakes from? Like, this is kind of what I mean. Like, I got it from there. Like, if we Quake that, is that going to block these guys in? I can't actually use that. Like, we need lightning. Like, that's the thing that we need so that we can clear these brambles and get more other stuff. But that needs a wellspring. There we go. See? Because we don't have rain, so we can't rain on it. We have to use the wellspring. As a, like, there are puzzle elements here, but it doesn't feel like it's the main driving force of the game, like, at all. Which, to me, is rather interesting. Oh, we just have to keep doing this. Now, this whole, like, element selection thing is kind of annoying. I don't know, I don't see another wellspring, so I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing here at this point. Yeah, I don't know if that blocked them in. I guess I need a Thunderstrike for that. So yeah, there's a lot of weirdness going on here, and obviously this stage is actually the first more puzzle-based stage. So I've clearly made a mistake, and it's not solvable the way that I've tried to do it. Or I'm missing something, which seems to be the more likely thing. I used things in the wrong way, but I don't see how... Like, without rain, I can't restore this one. This one looks restored. But yeah, the main issue that I have with a lot of what's going on here is I don't know if I've succeeded. Wait, will this work? I suppose so. So yeah, there's some awkwardness here. In terms of like what is affected, what isn't. I mean, I'm out of powers. Okay. So yeah, so this one is more of a puzzle aspect. I don't. This game doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak to me personally. The story fell flat. As I said, that one's on me. I just the spiritual nature that they're trying to do of like this pilgrimage of animals working together. Like, I like animals. I like elephants. I like all the ones at the start, right? Like, I enjoyed Lion King as a kid. And that's what this felt like it was going to be when I looked at it. Not obviously like exactly Lion King, but like that sort of thing. Like, the rains have dried up. It's a wasteland. We need to rescue the animals and get them to safety by, you know. And I didn't know if it was gonna be like a. It definitely looked from the videos like it was gonna be a nature-y based thing, right? Like Mother Nature guiding animals, which it kind of is. Where the stork, the crane, I'm not sure explicitly, that is guiding these animals in some form or other, right? And without seeing the crane in the story, you wouldn't actually know that you are the crane. So that aspect of the game is interesting, but as I said, the story just, it falls flat for me. The puzzling aspect is lackluster. Like, there's not really mechanics there. It's order. Like, I did something in the wrong order, and I didn't observe something. And there's this idea in computer security called security through obscurity. And to qualify before I go any further, it's bad. You do not want security through obscurity, right? Like, the real world example would be the lock on my front door doesn't actually have a deadbolt. Instead of turning the doorknob and pushing the door in, you push the doorknob in and then rotate the door, you know, into the wall or something, right? Like, that is an obscure fucking way for a door to open. That is obscurity all the way. But the second somebody figures that out, you're not protected anymore. And that's kind of how these puzzles feel. It's like if you're playing a game of chess, but your opponent's pieces blend in with the board, right? Like, that doesn't make the game interesting. It just makes it obscure and different, and it's not actually chess at that point. It's something different, and you have to figure out whether or not you like that. I imagine most people wouldn't like that. I don't know if it goes without saying, but don't imagine most people would like that. So you pretty much have a puzzle where you have to find all the pieces. I guess just a normal jigsaw puzzle where somebody's taken the pieces and thrown them on the floor, and some of them scattered and maybe, you know, slid under the couch or something like that. That sort of is what this is like. The indicators of what's in the way aren't as clear. Like, at least a couple times, something that was sandy just looked like it was lacking rain because the sand wasn't very dug in or anything. UI elements are a little bit shoddy, and that comes from the fact that you can use some of your resources to help the animals. Like in the last level that we did where everything's puzzle, like you should just be able to click on an ability and a location, not have to deal with adjusting it correctly on the grid, because it loves to jump around on that grid by just a single pixel, or, you know, a single square, a single unit of distance. and that single unit of distance can be very important. And that's frustrating, like really frustrating. I guess the other thing that jumps out at me beyond just the UI is just and the indicators. I don't know. It's mostly, I don't know. It's mostly just that I guess I expected more out of it. I don't think it's necessarily bad. Like, it feels like there's something there, but the puzzle, if the game were purely the puzzle stuff like we had before, it would be okay, but it wouldn't be great because those aren't very complicated mechanics. It's using one resource to get another resource to get another resource so that you have enough resources to do the thing. And the game also presents itself in the other sections where you have to guide the animals as kind of not giving a shit about the puzzle aspect, because it's just like, oh, here's a place where you can get 3 wins for a water if you want more wins, and here's a place where you can get more water for earthquakes in case, you don't want to use those earthquakes on rocks other places. Like, and you finish that section with a whole bunch of water and wind and earthquake and lightning because they want you to be able to rescue all your animals and guide them, but, they don't know what sort of trouble you'll actually get in, so they can't help. So they have to just give you extra because the animals are slow and they're going to be in trouble. And you don't really have a good way of gauging how much it's going to cost, right? Like, I'm going to cross this water. The first time that you cross water, I have no idea how much of your stamina it's going to take at all. And because there are some gaps in the water that are bigger than others, but there was the one time we had like stragglers instead of like everything staying as a clumped group, and I don't know how that affected it. I don't know if there's actually like in effect a single dot that's moving and it's what's being affected, and it's just using programmatic movement to move elephants around the center of that dot. Like, I don't know if that's true, but because I don't know if that's true, I can't look ahead and be like, oh yeah, this channel that you're trying to cross is going to use all of your stamina and you will all die. I either need to, place rain on you guys while you're crossing or use the wind to speed you up. Instead, it kind of almost becomes an RTS in that I have to make that decision right there and see what the consequences are. So the fact that they showed kind of the puzzly map actually makes me more confused about what their goal was. So yeah, I think the mechanics are a bit lacking. I think that the UI could use some work, like in terms of just giving you information. I know they're trying to make a not numbers game, and I can respect that, but perhaps like when you hover over the different directions, it shows you like the stamina loss or something, right? Like if you do nothing, this is how it's going to go sort of idea. It's just my thought. Like, that could be kind of neat. It's like the battle predictor for Monster Train is kind of what it's like, just to see what it'll do. But the visuals are good though. I do have to admit, I like the visuals. I have some issues with the animals moving too slowly, but like overall, like I like this triangular art style, the way that it's shaded on the main menu, and the 3D models also very much like borrow that shader, I guess. I'm not quite trying to explain it, but you're definitely seeing the polygons, but they're shaded in a way that it doesn't feel bad. Like, if you've ever seen a really like bad 3D model, they basically took, I'm not going to say it's a bad 3D model, it's just a not perfectly realistic 3D model. Things that are chunky in places and not as detailed as they could be. But then they dropped their poly count, which generally just makes things less detailed, and they shaded it so that it looks good. Like, that's neat. Well done. I definitely think that this game does the visuals right. I just think that some of the backing there, some of the meat, could be very helpful for it. But that's me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this game. Obviously, my criticisms are mine, and if that's not your cup of tea, then it's not your cup of tea. So, right? Like, if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. You're not gonna like it. So I'll leave it at that. If you think that this is a game that you would enjoy, try it. See if you're right. I encourage you. I think that there's potential here. I just think that from a first playthrough and seeing the tutorial and kind of how it's put together, I just don't personally have an interest in continuing. But that's okay. That's not every game is for everyone. So thank you guys for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you next time as we try something else. But until then, keep your gears turning.